quarter. There's an empty backfield looking to throw. Wiley swings it out over to the far side. Lots of room. 10-5, touchdown. Coming up. There's the snap. Another handoff underneath. And the first one there behind the line of scrimmage is number 50, Dyson Garcia. Sideline. Fake that, or that's actually the snap to Micheletti. Micheletti takes off. He may have his second touchdown of the night, and he does! Colt Micheletti from 28 yards. Highly three-receiver set. There's Rolando in motion. He gets the pick, and he hits the hole hard. He's into the red zone. He's carrying tacklers. He's Superman into the end zone. Rolando Martinez on the second.
The following is a live sports event featuring the Abernathy Antelopes or Lady Lopes. This broadcast is a presentation of the Abernathy Sports Network and may not be altered or used in its entirety without the written consent from the Abernathy Sports Network. Today's broadcast is made possible by the fine supporters: MC Master Roofing and Construction, South Plains Auto Ranch, Clark Riley Insurance, Haverhill Funeral Home and Flower Shop, First Baptist Church, JC's Refrigeration, StormGuard, Plains Land Bank, Nutrient Ag Solutions, the Junkin Farmers Market, MZJ Variety Shop, Shallowater, Rooted Revival Hair Salon, Chance Rocha, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Code 3 Soda Shop and Meat Market, Lasso Electric, Webb Vision Center, Hill Vet, WTX Diesel, West Texas Brick and Stone, Rural Roots Medical Clinic, the Farmers Cooperative Compress, First State Bank, DB Media, Ty Horsford Realtor. Again, thank you for tuning in tonight's live sports event. It will begin shortly.
Ready as I'll ever be.
And good evening, Abernathy, Texas, and good evening, fans of the Abernathy Antelopes and Lady Lopes. It is football time in Texas, and we have made the long road trip this evening to Stratford, Texas, home of the perennial football power in the state of Texas, the 13th ranked Stratford Elks. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Voice of the Antelopes, Ty Horsford, with you here alongside Chance Rocha this evening. And Chance, the wait is over, and it is just about time to kick things off, hopefully, as there is a threat of weather here up deep in the Texas Panhandle here tonight. So we will monitor that as we go along. All the way up here, it looked like the threat of storms was going to be right about kickoff. At last check, they may have pushed that back just a little bit, and so we'll see what kind of threat weather poses here tonight. Hopefully, we get a complete game in this evening, as the Abernathy Antelopes, they have a tall task at hand here tonight, Chances. You make the 3-hour road trip here to battle the 4-time state champion, the 13th ranked Stratford Elks.
Yeah, the 13th ranked Stratford Elks. And Ty, walking into this place, you can just tell it's a town rich in tradition in every sport, but especially football, and has a varsity blues, a Friday night feel. You know, they got the old school goalpost, the grass field, and just excited to be out here on Friday night, Ty, and hopefully the Lopes came out ready to play.
Smell of livestock in the air, and it is a picturesque Friday night in the Texas Panhandle. Glad you're with us here on the broadcast, as our pregame show this year is, as always, going to be brought to you on the broadcast by West Texas Brick and Stone, proud supporters of the Abernathy Antelopes and Lady Lopes. And Chances, we kind of get to some of the nuts and bolts of this ball game. These two teams meeting for the second consecutive season. Abernathy making the return trip here to Stratford, as the Elks came to Abernathy a year ago in the season opener and handed Abernathy a 42-20 setback, and so the Antelopes looking to kind of even this 2-year series, if you will.
Yeah, looking at even the series, and that was a team last year, Ty, that was very, very young for the Abernathy Antelopes, and it was a very, very old veteran-led team in the Stratford Elks that came to Abernathy. And so this year the teams are a little bit more similar, I would say. You have a little bit more experience. You got a lot of guys on the offensive side coming back with a lot of experience from last season being starters, and then, you have some replacements in there for Stratford. Their quarterback, he did play a lot last year, but he is replacing their 4-year starter in Bryce Braden.
As last season, the Elks go 7-4. They went 4-1 in district play. They exited the playoffs in the second round after a loss to Wink and Chance by most people in Stratford standard. That's probably not the season they expect here at the home of the Elks, but nonetheless, a trip to the second round of the playoffs. Dave Campbell's Texas football, kind of known as the Bible of high school football in Texas, if you will. They've got the Elks projected as the second-place team to come out of their district this season behind the Groover Greyhounds. Again, that's kind of uncharted territory for Stratford. Probably more questions to answer for this Stratford roster than in most years past. They, like you mentioned, they'll have a big hole to fill this year with the graduation of 4-year standout Bryce Braden, who has joined Abernathy's Kelton Carver to play college football at the Air Force Academy. So look forward to seeing those guys play together. But Chance, typically in Stratford, it's not rebuild, it's reload.
Yep, typically that's what it is. And I think offensively, you're probably going to see them a little bit different. They're probably going to run the ball, but they're probably going to air it out a little bit more than we've seen them in the past. They're not as big as they were, but that's something that, when you have an experience, they're just going to have to go with what their strengths are. So some of their key players to watch, and you have to help me with his last name again, Ty, Chase.
Lentellamy,
yeah, Tellamy, that's a name for sure. And he started against Abernathy last year. He was the backup, quote unquote, but he still threw for 1,300 yards and had 18 touchdowns. And I believe he was an all-district selection for Stratford. And then you have their leading wide receiver coming back from last year, Darius Jones. He had over 700 yards. And then another wide receiver to look out for. He's kind of a wide receiver tight end, Hudson Holland. That's a newcomer that the staff kind of had pegged as someone to watch for.
So that's a quick glance at the Stratford Elks tonight here, the home team in tonight's ball game, as the Stratford Elks posing a big challenge for the Antelopes here tonight. Switching gears just a little bit, we'll talk about the Abernathy Antelopes. A season ago, Abernathy Chance goes 8-4 on the season. They were knocked out also, like Stratford, in the second round of the postseason. They lost to another perennial football power in the Cisco Lobos. Most prognosticators, including Dave Campbell's, has Texas Tech, have the Abernathy Antelopes pick second in district behind Post. Post is one of the dark horses to make a run at the regional championship this season. I've even seen a couple of prognosticators, and we don't like those too much, but they have Abernathy pegged behind New Deal and coming in third. But again, those are all predictions. There are so many factors as you go throughout a season that will have something to say about that. And Chance, it's going to be a different looking Abernathy roster to an extent. Mm-hmm. They've got some skill position talent back. They've got a lot of speed back at the skill positions as well. Yeah, you do. You definitely do, Ty. But you're losing the likes of some big guys up front. Your Jackson Arrington, your Kelton Carver, and then obviously you're losing a big back. Your 2-year leading rusher in Rolando Martinez, who's a guy that you could hand it to and kind of run that power, get you 6-7 yards on a carry, and that's something that's hard to replace. But, in talking to Wiley this week, he's confident in the game plan that they have going into it, and it's going to look different, but at the same time, it's going to be very, very quick, and it's going to be some guys that you are familiar with, like your Jagger Wileys, your Colt Michelettis, Jake Harkeys, and Ryan Hillis. It is going to be a fun brand of football that the Antelopes are going to put on the turf this season. Coach Wiley earlier in the week said it might look more of like a track meet or a basketball game on turf, if you will. Some players to keep an eye on for the Abernathy Antelopes here tonight. Of course, your junior quarterback, defensive back Jagger Wiley. You heard his dad, Coach Wiley, talk about the importance on outside the box this week of him stepping up as a leader in his second year at the quarterback position. He threw for over 2,100 yards a season ago and 20 touchdowns. Nothing to laugh at for Wiley a season ago. And then also, Chance, in that Antelope backfield, your primary back, at least starting the season, probably going to be running back. You're also going to see him play some linebacker. But Colt Micheletti, who ended the season last year, missing the last few games due to injury.
Yeah, he did miss the last few games, but he was kind of the lightning to the thunder of Rolando Martinez last year. He came on the scene midway through the district season and kind of first carry went for a touchdown and almost had another one in the same game against Floydada. And so look for him to kind of pick up the pace. You're going to have some other guys like Malachi Walters and possibly Aiden Villarreal that are going to be out there in the running back position, and maybe even Braylon Stafford. So some different guys that you may see, but he looks like he's going to be the head back this year so far.
And expect the Antelopes to throw the ball around quite a bit. I think the best chance Abernathy has to have success is to get it to some of your skill positions in space. A couple of those skill positions in the wide receiver core for the Antelopes in both returners, Darian Duval and Dre Minfield. Expect to hear their name a lot. And if you get either one of those guys the ball in space, they've got a chance to definitely make something happen. And I actually just got a message. This is kind of breaking news to us, but Colt Micheletti will not play tonight.
So that looks like we'll see. It'll be next man up mentality if Colt's out tonight. And so, again, like we talked about, you got some skill guys coming back. And so, not that you have a lot of experience, but you do have depth at those areas. So look for some guys like maybe Caden Bird or Braylon Stafford, like I said, and then also the freshman Aiden.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Chance, let's talk about some keys to the game here tonight. Our keys to the game brought to you by one of our title sponsors this year on the broadcast, MC Master Roofing and Construction, a proud supporter and sponsor of our keys to the game. And as we take a look at those, Chance, on the road against a traditional power like Stratford, first of all, you've got to start fast. You can't come out with a bunch of jitters. You can't dig a hole because they're going to be hard to climb out of a hole against.
Yeah, they definitely are. And you know, in talking to Wiley this week, he didn't mention much in the interview, but he did talk about just Stratford's staff and how they can change things on the fly. And so with the veteran staff like them that you have, you don't want to put yourself behind the eight ball with your own mistakes. So as long as you can play sound football, protect the ball, and kind of get out ahead would be good. And then I think also playing with some grit and some emotion. You know, going in here saying, you know, they're expecting to win, they're expecting to protect their home field, and you have to come out and play with some grit and some motion and then try to find a leader on both sides of the ball. You know, you hope those seniors that are out there, your Jake Harkeys and your Ryan Hillses, and then, you know, your quarterback, Jagger Wiley, to kind of give us an identity on the offensive side of the ball.
So that's kind of a tell of the tape, if you will. Those are MC Master Roofing and Construction keys to the game here as we near closer to kickoff between the Abernathy Antelopes and the 13th ranked Stratford Elks here tonight, as just about ready for football here in just a couple of minutes. And Chance, we're keeping our fingers crossed. I don't know if we're going to stay dry throughout the entirety of tonight's ball game or not. Again, clouds and storms all around, and we'll see what kind of factor that plays in here tonight in the Texas Panhandle. A quick shout out on the broadcast, Manuel Adamas listening to Antelope football back home. Manuel, glad to have you along for the ride here this evening as the Antelopes get set to tangle with the Stratford Elks. As the opening coin toss has just happened, it looks like the Antelopes have won that toss, Chance, and we're going to see the Abernathy offense here take the field first this evening. And so we'll see the boys in white get it first. Abernathy going to be wearing that visiting white trimmed in maroon with the maroon helmet. It always pains me to say, but a Texas A&M-esque look, if you will, but a clean white look this evening for the Antelopes. And Chance, we also talked about it walking in. It's hard not to like the just the look of the clean royal blues that the Stratford Elks donning tonight, trimmed in white. Just a very classic look, and I think that kind of sums up the Stratford Ball Club. Chance, they're not fancy. They don't wow you necessarily. They come out and they get the job done.
Yeah, they just come out and play sound football. Like I said, well coached and a rich tradition.
As I believe we're about to have the national anthem. Let's swing it out to the field here tonight for the Star Spangled Banner. And there you have it, the final notes of the national anthem here tonight. Prior to the tip-off, it is the Abernathy Antelopes on the road tonight to play the four-time state champion Stratford Elks here tonight in Stratford, Texas. As you look down to our right, Chance, at that end of the field, both teams getting ready to take the field. The Abernathy Antelopes taking the field through their big blow-up A down to our right. And again, more tradition in Stratford. They're going to run through the traditional banner across the way here as we're just almost set for football here tonight in Stratford, Texas. As both of these teams getting the season started here this evening. Again, it will be the Antelopes winning the opening toss tonight. They're going to get the football first. And Chance, we've previewed this one about all we can. When you take a look around the state, prognosticators, Stratford definitely the favorite tonight, but maybe a couple of picks in there for an Antelope upset.
Yeah, a couple of picks, Ty. You know, we kind of talked about it in this week's Outside the Box show. Dave Campbell's had it about a 10-point spread with Stratford in head, but then one of their riders actually picked the Antelopes to win by 5, and we kind of talked about it on our end. First game of the season, you never know who's going to come out. Kind of a new look for both teams, so we could see it being a pretty close one-score game, and kind of whoever has the ball and is fighting towards the end could come out with the W.
Stratford will kick it off right to left, again wearing those all royal blue tops and bottoms trimmed in white with the white helmet, the Stratford S on the helmet. They'll kick it right to left. The Abernathy return team has not taken the field yet, and now here they come. Am I not mistaken, Chance, those numbers look bigger on those uniforms than they did maybe a season ago for the Antelopes. Back deep to return for Abernathy. Number 10, Aiden Villarreal, stands at about his own 7-yard line. And getting ready to kick it away, here are the Elks, and then we will be underway here in the 2025 season. There it is, an end-over-end kick. It will be returnable. Back the other way, coming up the middle of the field, trying to make a man miss into the open field to the second level, if you will, of defenseman is Villarreal, and he gets it out near the 40-yard line. Chance, good starting field position for the Abernathy Antelope.
Yeah, for sure. Good starting field position right there, and that's a good way to get those jitters out of the way for the young freshmen to get the ball right to start the game.
It will be right smack dab on the 40-yard line. Ball's going to be spotted at the left hash mark. Again, our pregame show tonight brought to you by West Texas Brick and Stone. In the gun is your junior gunslinger, Jagger Wiley, with trips to the near side. Now a man in motion going for the Antelopes, going back the other way. A little misdirection handoff coming to the near side and trying to turn it up was number 3. That was Darian Duvall. But behind the line of scrimmage, a swarm of blue jerseys get to him for a loss of 2.
Yeah, it's kind of a busted play from the start, Ty. They kind of sniffed it out, watching that reverse come from the other side. So that's good sound defense right there by Stratford.
And that's kind of what you're going to get from the Elks, probably what you would at least expect to get. It'll be second down and long here coming up for the Antelopes. Again, Jagger is going to be in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. There's the snap, looking to throw for the first time. He's got a man over the middle. That is number 1. That is Dre Minfield with the grab out to about the 45-yard line and a gain of 7. That'll make it a manageable 3rd and 5 here for Abernathy. Just shy of the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 44. Ball going to remain on the left hash here for the Antelope offense. And Chance, you want to avoid 3 and out on your first series.
3 and out, and you're coming up right here with a kind of a long 3rd down right here, but it'd be nice to get it close and possibly go for it on 4th.
In the gun, again looking to throw, and tucking it, going to run with it. Wiley up the middle, and he's across midfield, and that's going to move the chains for the Abernathy Antelopes for the first time this year. That is a First Baptist Church Antelope first down.
Yeah, it's a good tough run right there. He kind of saw the pressure break down, and he's able to find a gap right up the middle and rush for that first down on good smart decision right there by Wiley.
It's what you would expect from your junior leader at the quarterback position. Abernathy into Stratford territory now, down at the 48-yard line, moving the sticks on their first series of the game. Receivers spread out all over the place. In the shotgun is Wiley. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Aiden Villarreal up the middle, and he tries to pick his way, Chance, but a good push by that defensive line for Stratford after maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah, that hole closed up pretty quick right there from that Stratford defensive line.
Trying to keep the defense honest for the Elks. Gain of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 9. Here as we roll inside of 10 minutes to play in this opening quarter, opening drive of the season for the Abernathy Antelopes. Again, Ty Horsford, Chance Rocha here tonight. Glad to be with you from Stratford, Texas. Again, receivers all over the place. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far. In the gun. Empty backfield, looking to throw. Good protection, airing it out deep down the sideline, up for grabs, and it's pretty good man coverage down the field as the ball intended for number 3, Darian Duval, but that's well covered down this right sideline by the Stratford secondary.
Yeah, well covered. He put a little bit of air under it. May have been a little bit underthrown, and Duval wasn't able to come back to that ball.
As credit the offensive line, though. A pretty good job there, giving Jagger a little bit of time to throw the football.
For sure.
Now it'll be 3rd down and long. Abernathy's already converted 1 3rd down here in the ball game tonight. This one a little bit longer, though, now at 3rd down and 9.
And you're kind of in no man's land, so if you get maybe 5 or 6 yards, you're possibly going to go for it, Ty.
In the shotgun again, Wiley, empty backfield, looking to throw. Steps up 1, down the sideline, getting behind the defense. And we are going to have a flag that's going to keep this drive alive. There was contact, and the flag comes in from the back judge as I think you're going to get Chance, the defender there, not making a play on the ball as he never looked back, and that's almost an automatic pass interference.
You're talking about it. I'm going to see if they pick up the flag or not. The coach from Stratford is definitely not happy. He's having some words with the ref. I think what Abernathy's going to say there is Dre Minfield was trying to come back to the ball, and the player wasn't giving him the ability to do that. And so if he's playing the ball as well, you can do that. But if he's not making a play on the ball, that's definitely not allowed.
It is a 15-yarder against the Elks. That'll be another First Baptist Church Antelope first down. And now a chance to drive down inside the 35-yard line at the 33 as lightning flashes back in the distance.
Ty, don't say that. Don't tell him that on the broadcast.
In the shotgun, there's the snap. Handoff goes to Villarreal, and again, Chance, not much push up front by that Antelope offensive line.
I don't know if that was, no, that was Caden Bird. I think that was number 0. Yeah, I thought it was too because he's number 0, but that was number 0, Caden Bird. It was kind of a fake to Aiden up the middle, and then a push to the other side.
Another loss on the play of 2. You can't continue to get in these 3rd and long situations. It's 2nd down and 12 now coming up here for the Antelopes. Opening drive of the game, almost 4 minutes gone by.
Yeah, we just had somebody comment to us. They said, how come there's no numbers on the field? It's definitely hard to see what the yardage is when there's no numbers on the field.
In the gun, another empty backfield looking to throw is Wiley, and it's too tall for the intended receiver here on the near side. That was number 3, the intended target. That was Duvall. Pretty good coverage there, though, by Alex Romero.
And we're back in familiar territory, Ty, 3rd and long.
But again, like you said, kind of in no man's land at the 35-yard line.
Yep, so again, if you can get maybe a chunk, 5 or 6 right here, you're probably going to go for it.
Abernathy 2 of 2 on 3rd downs.
1 conversion by Wiley and 1 with a penalty help from Stratford.
As in the gun, 3 receivers trips to the near side for the Antelopes. On 3rd down and long, man coming in motion. There's the snap, rolling near side. Wiley, he's got time, looking to throw, now scrambling, and he throws it out there. Lots of empty field on the far side, and turning it up is number 12 for the Antelopes. That was Xavier Camacho, and a chance that is going to be just short of an Abernathy first down, a gain of 11.
Picked up about 11, but just short, but definitely no question that you're going to go for it on the plus side of the field right there. And that was a good job by Wiley, kind of scrambling here to the near side and realizing he had much, but he was going to run for it, and he turned around, he saw Camacho all by himself over there on that far side and was able to get it to him.
Inside the 25-yard line, I believe that's the 25-yard line here for the Abernathy Antelopes. 4th down and a yard. Big play, you need a push up front. And we may talk this one over from the Antelope sideline. Timeout coming, as you don't want to stall out, Chance, on what's been a little nice opening drive here for the Abernathy Antelopes.
Yeah, it's a good job right here. You know, you get that conversion by Wiley with the feet, and then that other one just near getting the conversion there, but you don't want to risk losing up on that penalty that they gave you. And if anything, you're keeping the ball out of their offensive hand.
As we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to Abernathy Antelope football. Something new has taken Abernathy by storm. Cove 3 Soda Shop and Meat Market is locally owned by first responders and offers fresh salad and deli options for lunch or dinner, any drink combination under the sun, and the freshest beef around. We are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday and are ready to serve you. We are a faith and family first business and are proud supporters of our Antelopes and Lady Lopes, as well as a title sponsor on this broadcast. Come see us in the Red Barn on the north end of town. And here we're back, 4th down and 1 after the Antelope timeout. Big play for Abernathy. Wiley in the gun for the Lopes. There's a snap. Hand off to Aiden. He made a defender miss, but not 2, and Chance it'll depend on the spot. I think it's a first down if you give him forward progress.
Yeah, they did.
And it is a First Baptist Church Antelope first down. Villarreal, Chance, he didn't get much, but he got enough.
Yep, I think it was just about 2 or 3 yards, and they gave him that forward progress. He kind of made a spin move on the second go about it, but that forward progress, he's able to convert.
A 5-minute drive and counting here to open the season for the Abernathy Antelopes, and that may be a key to success against a team like Stratford.
For sure. I mean, you keep their offense off the field, keeps our defense fresh, and keeps them from putting points on the board.
As another first down and 10, Abernathy has ventured into the South Plains Auto Ranch red zone here tonight on the opening drive of the ball game. In the gun, there's the snap, handoff coming to the near side, a sweep, trying to get the edge, but being pulled down from behind is Caden Bird. Nice speed being shown there on the defensive side by the Elks. Maybe a short gain. As the Antelopes have it. Right down near the 20-yard line. It's hard to see what yard line it's on. Exactly. In the gun again, there's the snap. There's a fake handoff, a quick slant over the middle, and that's a dangerous pass that falls incomplete.
Yeah, dangerous pass. He had a guy crossing. He was in front of the defender on the far side, but that safety read it and was almost able to jump in front of it.
And the Abernathy's lived for third down here on the opening drive of the game. They are... well, they're not perfect because they had to convert 1 4th down. But again, Abernathy facing a third down and long.
You may treat this as a two
down
possession
territory. Yep, absolutely. In the shotgun again is Wiley. Two receivers to the far side. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff to Villarreal. Rolling near side. Dumping it off underneath. That's a nice little pocket pass. Getting it complete to Darian Duval. He's going to be short of the first down chance, but got it right near the sticks again. It's going to be fourth down and yard, maybe a yard and a half. Is again, what you do there, you make this fourth down much more manageable for the Antelopes. 4th and 1 is a lot different than 4th and 8 or 9.
It definitely is.
Again, in the South Plains Auto Ranch red zone for the first time tonight. In the gun is Wiley. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Behind the defense, but not able to haul it in.
It was for Caden Bird.
And that was Caden Bird who had gotten behind the defense chance. And, man, what an opportunity to squander there for the Antelopes. Is on fourth down. The Antelopes go for the home run ball. It's incomplete. And a successful opening drive comes up empty.
Yeah, tough break right there. He had him open tie and kind of led him over that far shoulder, and Bird was kind of cutting towards the goalpost. So couldn't hook up on that one, but that kind of gives you an idea if we can kind of keep that same motion and just connect later on.
5:13 left to play as Abernathy keeps the ball almost 7 minutes chance on the opening drive, but comes up empty. Big defensive stop by the Elks, and now we'll get our first look tonight at that Abernathy defense. As there is getting into the backfield as a big-time Storm Guard sack and tackle for loss. Lantelamy almost didn't even have a chance to get the ball back there, Chance, and the Antelope defense was swarming.
Yep, that looked like it was head by Braden Stafford, and I think it was finished up by Walters and maybe Ryan Hillis back there in the backfield.
Big loss on the play. Absolutely. That's back inside the 5-yard line. Big loss on the play. Second down and long for the Elks. And that may be movement up front on that offensive line. Somebody flinched for Stratford Chance, and now all of a sudden you've got that goal line breathing down the neck of the Stratford offense.
And this probably works into your kind of your wheelhouse right here, Ty. We may not be big up front, but we definitely got some speed coming up the middle and off the edge, so this may be a time to pin your ears back and send somebody.
4:40 left to play in the first quarter, no score between Abernathy and Stratford. In the gun is Lantelamy. Man in motion is number 12. There's the snap. Lantelamy to throw from his own end zone. Airs it out deep. He's got a man behind the defense all the way down into Antelope territory, and that is going to be a 98-yard strike and a Stratford Elk touchdown. As getting behind the defense, there is a flag, so keep an eye on that. I'm trying to see what number that was.
They're getting a sideline warning.
I think it was Alex Romero, number 12, Chance, and wow.
Yeah, big play right there. You kind of let them sneak behind you. You're anticipating them to possibly run the ball to try to get out of that deep hole that they were in, but they kind of called your bluff and went over the top. And I think that sideline warning, Ty, was over here on Coach Wiley and the staff.
A 98-yard pass and catch to Alex Romero, and Stratford strikes first. As the PAT is pending here for the Elks. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter, it's the Elks 7 and Abernathy nothing. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Abernathy Antelope Football. When it comes to insuring your home, car, farm, or anything in between, you want a friendly face that you can trust, and you'll find that at Clark Riley Insurance in Abernathy. They offer a variety of insurance options, no matter how big or small, and they'll treat you like family throughout the process. They've been in the business for many years and have the expertise to get you the insurance you need at an affordable price. Give them a call today at 298-2591. Clark Riley Insurance is a proud supporter of the Lady Lopes and Antelopes. And welcome back here, Chance, with 4:20 left to play in the first quarter. It is the Stratford Elks via the big play have struck first. Abernathy kept the ball for almost 7 minutes, Chance. Stratford keeps the ball 2 plays. Your first one goes for about a 10-yard loss. Your second one is a half the distance of the goal penalty, and then a 98-yard touchdown pass to Alex Romero from Lantelamy.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to see, and I'm sure the staff is pretty upset with them getting that kind of a big play like that. But at the same time, sometimes it takes getting punched in the mouth to come back and battle and see what you're made of.
So just like that, we'll get another look at that Abernathy Antelope offense as this kickoff being brought to you by First State Bank in Abernathy. The end-over-end kick is going to be returnable for Villarreal. He had a good one last time. He comes near side, and he's going to not quite make the 35-yard line, and we'll mark him just shy of that at the 34. But another decent run back there by Villarreal, and it'll be first down and 10.
All right, Ty, we got to get back in our rhythm right here on offense. We were doing pretty good and converting some things, so let's see if we can stick with it right here.
4 minutes and 12 seconds left to play here in the first quarter of the ball game. Another look at that Abernathy Antelope offense. In the shotgun is Wiley. Man in motion, but the handoff goes underneath and just not much doing. Abernathy's going to have to find a way to run the football, I think, tonight, Chance. And that time it was number 10, Aiden Villarreal, for maybe a yard at best.
Yeah, he got popped pretty good there. His helmet came off, so he's going to have to come out on this next play.
4:05 and counting left to play here in this first quarter. Stratford leading the Antelope 7-0. A 2-play 90-yard scoring drive, but it was a 98-yard pass play to get Stratford in the end zone. In the shotgun is Wiley on second down and 10. Empty backfield, Wiley looking to throw, rolling to the near side, stepping up in the pocket, throwing it deep over the middle into zone coverage. And 4 white jerseys back there, four blue jerseys back there compared to just the one for the Antelopes. And it is incomplete as the intended target right there for Abernathy.
I think that was Duval.
I think it was Duval.
All right, here we go again, Todd. 3rd and long.
3:35 left to play here in the first quarter of the ball game. The Antelopes really trying to find that home run ball that hadn't been there yet tonight.
And when you definitely don't want to go 3 and out right here, Ty, because after that quick strike, you don't want to get yourself in a hole.
In the gun is Wiley. Trips to the near side. Another empty backfield. Wiley being chased. Now rolls far side. This is going to be a holding penalty, and Wiley's going to be dumped behind the line of scrimmage as nobody could get open. Wiley had a decent amount of time there, Chance. Kind of scrambled around in the pocket, but I think this is going to be a hold against Abernathy, and indeed it is.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to decline it. Yeah, it's going to be 4th down, so looks like the Lopes are going to be behind the 8 ball and have to punt it here after that.
A 3 and out for Abernathy following the 98-yard touchdown by the Elks, and all of a sudden, Chance, it is a kind of dangerous territory here for the Abernathy Antelopes.
Get downfield.
As a couple of return men stand just outside the 30-yard line on Stratford's side of the field for the Elks.
Wiley's your punter back there, but I wouldn't expect him to try anything crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either here. There's the snap, and Wiley is going to get the punt away. It's a end-over-end, pretty good punt. That is going to be caught by an Antelope at the 40-yard line. Aiden Villarreal deadens the ball over the shoulder there. And it will be first down and 10 Stratford from their own 40. Better starting field position for the Elks this time than on their previous drive, although it didn't matter much.
Yep. It looked like
Do
right
we have
there.
another penalty here?
I don't know. Yeah, I think they're going to make them.
Maybe make him kick it again
Yep.
here. Because I did not see what the penalty was, but it was against Abernathy.
It was, so they're backing them up. So have a second shot at that punt there.
Again, that just betters the field position here for the Elks. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter of the ball game. As Abernathy having a hard time getting the right personnel on the field, and they've got to take a timeout.
Yeah, Wiley's not happy.
And that is their second timeout of this first half, and we're not out of the first quarter yet, Chance, and that's just guys not paying attention on what unit's supposed to be on the field. You don't have the right players out there to punt the football.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things we talked about. Some little bit of young guys out there, maybe a little bit of inexperience, and when you haven't done a full game set, it's easy to get confused if you're not paying attention. And so hopefully we'll get some things figured out, and I'm sure Coach is maybe giving them an earful right now.
As a special thank you tonight to a few of our sponsors, the Junk and Farmers Market, along with MZJ Variety Shop in Shallowater, Hill Veterinary Services, WTX Diesel, Rural Roots Medical Clinic in Abernathy, and the Farmers Cooperative Compress in Plainview, all proud supporters of the Abernathy Antelopes and Lady Lopes.
Let's try this again, Ty. And we're putting from we have no idea because there's no markers.
3:03 left to play here in the first quarter of the ball game.
Looks like the 25.
Go! As Abernathy is going to get the punt away. It's another good one by Wiley. This one takes an Abernathy hop, and it's going to be almost in the exact same place as the previous punt. You actually gain a couple of 2 yards as it rolls inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. The Elks will take over again. And, Chance, you've got to be able to guard that big play.
Guard that big play, and I think that's something that they probably saw. And like I said, they were probably expecting us to pin our ears back and go for them, and they kind of called our bluff there. And so I bet the secondary coach is probably telling those guys, make sure nobody gets behind you.
Absolutely. We talked about it in the pregame. Stratford, they're going to be a team that's going to throw the ball around some. Secondary is going to have to be ready. Under center is Lantelamy. There's the snap. Handoff goes up the middle. Pretty good push by that defensive front of Abernathy, and not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. As
I think that was number 12.
Was that Romero again? It was. So. Alex Romero, the ball carrier. No gain, and it will be second down and 10. Two and a half and counting left to play here in the first quarter tonight. In the gun, Lantelamy fakes the handoff, zips it out to the far side. It is caught, making a couple of defenders miss. Across the 45-yard line is the receiver, which I think was number 8. That was Jackson Carroll on the reception. Third down and short here. Third and about 2 coming up for the Stratford offense. A gain of 8. Under 2 minutes to play now here in the first quarter.
I'm curious to see what they do right here, Ty, if they go to the air and try to catch you sleeping again, or if they just kind of pound it to get the first down. But I would expect it to be a 2-down territory regardless with the short field right here.
Actually up under center now is Lantelamy. There's the snap. Handoff goes up the middle. There's a pop right near the line of scrimmage, but then a second surge may get the first down here for the Elks.
Yeah, if they're going to give them the first down, that was Gonzalez, number 30, for a carry of about 2 yards.
And a fresh set of downs for Stratford. A third down conversion makes it first down and 10, right just shy of midfield now. Ball going to be on that right hash mark for this Stratford offense.
You know, we kind of talked about it in the pregame, Ty. This is a team that they're going to line up and gun under center. They're going to give you a ton of different looks.
As under center again is Chase Lantelamy. He takes the snap. He's being chased, rolling near side, and he underthrows his intended target. It was number 30, Gonzalez again, Chance, but it's the pressure being put on back there by the Antelope pass rush that hurried the throw, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a good job right there by Ryan Hillis, staying true to the edge and chasing out the quarterback from Stratford and having to make him throw it away.
Second down and 10 here coming up for the Elks. Under a minute to play here in this opening quarter tonight from Stratford, Texas. Glad you're with us on the broadcast. In the gun, Lantelamy takes the snap. Another handoff going to number 30, going to the right side and carrying defenders. That is Junior Gonzalez, the ball carrier, and it's going to be another first down for the Elks.
Yeah, it was a big chunk gain. It looked like you had him stopped at about 6 or 7 yards, and he was able to break out of a couple of tackles there, Ty, and get that first down.
7-0 Stratford. They're on the move again here late in the first quarter. Abernathy defense looking for a big stop. In the shotgun is Lantelamy. Fakes the handoff. Being chased. This may be a hold as just throwing it out of bounds on the far sideline. Chance the flag came in from the back judge. And I
think that's what they're going to get him.
I think it's going to be hold here. Yep.
Yeah, number 22, Braden Stafford, was getting all kinds of pressure, and they were having to hold him from trying to get to that quarterback. And so that's one thing, Ty, I've been pleased with this Abernathy front and those linebackers. They've been able to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Really on both sides of the ball. You haven't really been able to run the ball, but you have given Jagger some time to throw on offense.
Yep. So one of the questions that we had was if we would give our quarterback some time, if we were going to be able to get some pressure up front, and we've been able to answer some of those so far here tonight.
So, Chance, you got to take advantage. You kind of put Stratford's offense back behind the 8 ball here. First down and 20. See if the Abernathy Antelopes can answer the bell. 9 seconds left here in the first quarter. In the gun. There's the snap. Handoff goes underneath, trying to pick through tacklers. That is number 12. That is going to be Alex Romero again. He's finally pulled down from behind as he gets across the 40-yard line. Chance got the penalty yardage back, and it'll be a second down and about 10 when we begin the second quarter, as that is the end of the first quarter tonight in Stratford, Texas. It's the Elks 7 and the Antelopes nothing. You're listening to Abernathy Antelope Football. Buying a car can be daunting, but not if you let your friends at the South Plains Auto Ranch help you with the process. Offering great deals and in-house financing on used cars, Austin and his team need to be your first call when you are looking for a new ride. Come see us on the south end of town today or give us a call at 806-298-2200. South Plains Auto Ranch is a proud supporter of the Antelopes and Lady Lopes and wish them the best of luck.
Rooter Bible is your local faith-based salon that is rooted in Christ and built on community. A fresh, peaceful space for everyday hair, confidence, and connection. Whether it's a kid's cut, a men's trim, or a full highlight, stylist Hannah Rocha and Sierra Contreras can take care of you. With a heart for people and a passion for purpose, they are proud to serve the community of Abernathy and West Texas. You can find them on Facebook or stop by and see them at 203 Avenue D in Abernathy to schedule your next appointment.
And welcome back here to Stratford, Texas, as we head to the second quarter tonight with Stratford leading 7-0. They've got the ball in Abernathy territory at the 37-yard line. Second down and 9 as we begin the second quarter here. Ty Horsford alongside Chance Rocha tonight from Stratford. Lantelamy under center as there's a handoff going up the middle, and again a big push up front. That time it's 22. Abe Goss, his first carry of the night for the Elks, and that's really close to a first down, maybe a yard short. It'll be 3rd and short coming up here for Stratford, and 2-down territory chances. They've got it. Let's see, that would be about the 29-yard line, I think. Third and short as Lantelamy up under center. There's the snap, there's the handoff, and right near the line of scrimmage, I don't think he got it. Number 22, Goss, again the ball carrier.
Yeah, they're going to give him no gain.
And it's going to be 4th down and short, so now an opportunity for the Antelope defense to try and make a statement. On 4th down and a yard, no gain. I believe that was Goss again on the carry.
It was. That's a good stand right there from your front. So, got to watch two things. You got to watch that quick snap up front for the handoff, but remember, don't let anybody get behind you and see if they go for that home run ball.
Under 11 to play in the first half. Lantelamy under center. There's the snap. There's the handoff. And he got it. The ball may have come out as well, as it will depend on the spot here.
Yep, he fumbled.
Did the ball come out?
Jake
Did the
Harkey's
Antelope get it? Jake Harkey has recovered the Stratford fumble on 4th down. One of your leaders on that defensive front for the Antelope. Harkey comes up with it. It is a defensive stop and turnover. Brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions here on the broadcast, our first one of 2025.
Yeah, and that was number 30, Junior Gonzalez for Stratford, and he's hitting himself in the head there. He knows that was a big play right there for Stratford to kind of get more ahead on the Antelopes, and so turn of the tide right there. That's a big stop for the Lopes.
That's a big swing back chance by that Abernathy defense. See if you can take advantage. You've got to find some consistency here on offense.
I'd say look for a quick strike. That's what I'd do right here.
Trips to the near side, 3 receivers, a quick one to the near side, going down to get it and trying to pick through defenders is number 2. That's Isaac Reyes, his first catch of the night. It's right near the line of scrimmage, Chance, and not much doing there. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's one of those little bubble screens where he kind of takes 2 steps back of the line of scrimmage and then they throw the ball to him. I think that's just trying to get Wiley in a rhythm here, Ty.
Again, Stratford leading 7-0 here in the second quarter.
10 minutes to go in the second.
Then the shotgun again is your junior QB. Empty backfield, looking to throw. He's looking, still looking. Nobody open. Now Wiley being chased. He tries to throw it to the near side, and there is a receiver in the vicinity, but that's it. As number 2, Isaac Reyes. And right now, Chance, Stratford doing a pretty good job keeping those receivers covered up in the secondary.
They definitely are, but, we talked about it earlier. Wiley has some time there. It's just going to be the matter of the fact that we're going to have some guys getting open. So those really aren't, pressures from the D-line. It's more pressures from, coverage.
Yep, absolutely. 3rd down and 9 coming up here for the Lopes. In the gun is Wiley. Man in motion. There's the snap, fakes the handoff. Wiley rolls right. He's being chased. Trying to get away, slings it out to the near side. Chance, it is caught by Caden Bird, but short gain and not near enough on 3rd down.
Not near enough on 3rd down, and not on this side of the field. You're not going to be able to have a 2-down territory here. So here we go. That was a quick turnaround, Ty. We're going to have to punt it again.
Abernathy cannot take advantage of the Elk turnover, and the Antelopes will punt it away for the 2nd time tonight. Should be pretty good field position again for the Elks. As in the back there to punt is it's going to be Wiley trying to get rid of it. It's blocked. There is a flag down.
I think they're going to get holding again. Wiley tried to get away from him.
Watch the holding!
As Wiley was trying to get away and get a punt away, and he was unable to do so. The punt was blocked. Is Abernathy going to get bailed out here? A personal foul face mask against the Elks. What a break for the Abernathy Antelopes.
First down.
Chance, that's going to keep the drive alive here for Abernathy. At this point, you'll take whatever help you can get, as that's a big one that's going to help out the Antelopes.
Except we got Isaac Reyes, it looks like. The Antelope is down on the other side of the field, and I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like he's down on the far side.
As an injury timeout here, as the 15-yard penalty will make it a First Baptist Church first down here for the Antelopes. But again, Chance, with the roster you have, you can ill afford very many injuries. You hate to see anybody go down.
Yep.
Obviously not a lot of depth on the Antelope roster. Hopefully Reyes is going to be okay. Let's take a quick timeout and come back. You're listening to Abernathy Football. As one of Abernathy's longest-standing institutions, First State Bank is proud to meet a full scale of banking needs in Abernathy and the surrounding areas. We are family-owned and operated and have been for many years. We are the people you see at the grocery store and go to church with, and we pride ourselves on being your friend in the banking business. Come see us today. We are wishing the Lopes and the Lady Lopes much success this season. And welcome back is Isaac Reyes now being helped off the field, and it looks like mostly, hopefully, they're under his own power.
Yep.
And so hopefully Reyes is going to be okay. Chance, it is going to be a first down, though, for the Antelopes. Their second third down conversion via penalty this evening, and that'll move the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
So big break right there for the Lopes. Unfortunate that Isaac got hurt. Like you said, I'm not sure what it is, but he is walking out on his own power with the help of Coach White and Coach Wiley.
9:01 left to play here in the first half. In the shotgun is Wiley. There's the snap. Handoff going wide to the right. Trying to cut it up is number 10. It's Aiden Villarreal, Chance. And, man, that defensive front, at least against that run game right now, winning the battle at the line for the Elks.
Yeah, they're winning the battle. There's not really many gaps right there in the interior. And Aiden's trying to bounce it to the outside. And as soon as he gets there, their defensive end is kind of clogging it up.
As a loss of 1 on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 11 here for the Antelopes. Abernathy's got to find something to work offensively here. Down just 7-0. You're right there. You need something good to happen, though. In the shotgun again is Wiley. Fakes the handoff, quick throw to the near side. It's batted at the line of scrimmage. A nice defensive play by Cooper Walden, number 64, on that Elk defensive front. And another 3rd down and long for the Antelopes.
Yeah, it was a good idea right there by Wiley. He had Braylon Stafford open right here, kind of on a short out route, but Walden was able to read that and bat that down at the line of scrimmage.
Chance, it seems like the Antelopes need a big play to just kind of open things up a little bit.
Something to get them excited.
3rd down and long. Seems like the Antelopes have lived on 3rd down and long tonight. 3rd down and 11. Ball at their own 39-yard line.
You know, we talked about it. You know, Colt Micheletti was one of the guys that we expected to be there in the backfield, and so you're running with the true freshman right now. And, you know, Aiden's holding his own right there, but Colt has that experience from last year.
There's the snap. Wiley looking to throw with an empty backfield, being chased, and Chance, he is going to zip it out to the far side. It is incomplete again, and that pressure gets to Wiley. And again, it's not necessarily that he doesn't have time.
Yep.
It's that nobody's getting open or he's not seeing the open man down the field, and it's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, they were able to get that almost sack right there, and I almost thought that they were going to get a horse collar, but it looked like they had the back of the jersey. But tough break right there, Ty. You keep getting positives, and then you're not able to do anything with them here, Ty.
And really what you're doing is you're putting pressure on your defense to continue to hold, because you feel like it's a game so far, Chance, you can ill afford to go down 2 scores if you want to stay in this one. And you may have just hurt yourself even more.
Now you push field position. I think they called grounding on Wiley because he didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage.
And there was not a receiver in the area, so a loss of down, you lose the yards, and the Antelopes are going to have to punt. As there's the snap, Wiley to punt. That's a line drive spiraling kick. It's a good one. It takes the return man all the way back for Stratford. And now trying to dance around and find an opening is number 12, Romero. And that's pretty good coverage back by the Antelopes. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Elks, but they will start shy of their own 35-yard line.
Good coverage right there. Good open field tackle by Case Heinrich.
Shout out to my kiddo's Antelope buddy, Case Heinrich.
There you go. You know, and we mentioned it before, and I mentioned it earlier, you know, we're talking about the depth, and, you know, Isaac Reyes going down right there. It looks like it may be a possible knee, and, you know, with Colt being out already, and, you know, you had already lost Caden Flores earlier in a scrimmage as well, and so I think Colt may just be out this week. We're hoping. I think it was possible concussion, and so hopefully he's just this one game. But the big thing is if he has to set out, this is the time you want it, you know, before district play.
Yep, absolutely. 7:50 left to play in the first half. 3 receivers to the near side, rolling to the near side, being chased, throwing it in traffic, and Chance, there are 2 defenders there, but nobody knows where the ball's at. And number 0, or is that number 8 rather, Jackson Carroll, the senior, hauls it in for Stratford in Abernathy territory, and that's an Elk 1st down. You've got to know where the ball's at.
Yeah, it's kind of like he lost sight of him. The corner, he let him get behind him, and the safety didn't go over in time, so they're able to kind of thread the needle there, even though he was under pressure.
1st down and 10 for the Elks in Abernathy territory again. There's the snap again. Lantelamy looking to throw. He's being chased. Throws it up. Ooh, that's a dangerous pass over the middle. It sails incomplete, intended for Alex Romero, number 12. And it will be 2nd down and 10 here for the Elks. 7:18 left to play here in the first half. Stratford continuing to lead Abernathy 7-0. Lantelamy takes the snap, handoff, goes to number 20. That is, or maybe that was Junior Gonzalez, number 30.
Yep.
I think for Abernathy, though, that's Stafford again, number 22. A nice defensive play near the line of scrimmage, and it's no gain, 3rd down and 10. Here's another chance for the Antelope defense.
It's a chance for it. And, you know, you never know if they have a kicker or not, Ty, but anytime you get them in 3rd and long or 4th and long, it's a plus.
Lantelamy in the gun looking to throw. He has got all day, and he's got a wide open receiver on the near side. That's going to be a 1st down and more as Darius Jones hauls it in.
Yeah, that's
way too easy.
Yeah, he was right there at the 6. He basically caught it at the 1st down and was able to get about 3 more yards, Ty.
1st down and 10 for the Elks, and now they're leading by a score and looking to add to it. As in the shotgun, Lantelamy, he zips one out, a slingshot throw that goes through the hands of number 12, Alex Romero, on the near side. It's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, not sure he would have got too many yards as one of those little bubble screens like Abernathy ran earlier, and I think if he would have caught it, Ryan Hillis was kind of breathing down his neck, and I think that's why he might have dropped it there, Ty, because he can kind of feel those footsteps coming.
6:39 left to play here in the first half. Lantelamy fakes the handoff, now scrambling, looking to throw. He's got time, throws it up high towards the end zone, and Chance, the Abernathy defense, nowhere to be found. And it's another touchdown for the Elks as they're making it look easy through the air. It is Alejandro Costas hauling in the Elk touchdown.
And that's a tough one right there, Ty, when you kind of have him trying to figure out where he's going to go with it, and he looks up, and there's a lone blue jersey standing at the back of the end zone.
That's about a 30-yard hookup right there. And the PAT, the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 6.5 minutes left here in the second quarter, it's Stratford 14 and the Abernathy Antelopes nothing. We'll take a timeout and come back. You're listening to Abernathy Antelope football.
Located in the heart of the community, Abernathy's First Baptist Church is ready to welcome you to their family. Our pastor is Damon Pierce, and our youth pastor is Bailey Hare. We meet at 9:30 for Sunday school and 10:45 for worship, and we have a wide variety of children's, youth, and adult activities beginning at 6 on Wednesday nights. At Abernathy's First Baptist Church, we strive to love God, love people, and tell the world. We are praying the Lopes and Lady Lopes have a tremendous season.
And welcome back here, Antelope fans, to Stratford, Texas. So far, the Elks in control, 14-0, with 6.5 minutes left to play here in the first half of the ball game. It's been 2 big pass plays, Chance, that have gotten the Elks on the board here in the first half. And there's defenders in the vicinity, Chance, but they're not going to make a play on the ball. And those receivers for Stratford just making the plays.
Yeah, they're just making the plays, and again, it was just one of those things where they kind of lost sight of the defender, and their quarterback's kind of scrambling, looking for where to go, and he looks up, and there's a blue jersey in the back of the end zone. So you're going to have to figure some things out on defense and try to get in a rhythm on offense.
End over end kickoff brought to you by First State Bank again. Back the other way. Here come the Antelopes trying to make a big play on special teams as a flag comes in.
Duval's hurt on that one.
Duval is down. He kind of got flipped over, and Duval on the run back, and he's rolling around.
Yeah, it looked like he probably jarred his neck and his back when he tried to hurdle a guy, and he got upended and landed right on his neck and his helmet, so that did not look pretty tough.
At about the 35-yard line is where he is down. Again, we've talked about depth being an issue for this Antelope team. And Reyes has already had to come out of the ball game, and now one of your speedsters and playmakers in number 3, Darian Duval. Let's take a timeout and come back. You're listening to Abernathy Antelope football. Abel Funeral Home and Flower Shops have served families in Abernathy and the South Plains for many years. Todd, Jackson, and the team at the funeral home will handle all of your funeral planning needs with sensitivity and compassion. while the fine folks at the flower shop can help you with all of your flower and gift needs. They are family owned and operated and are proud to be members of the Abernathy community. Come see us today near 16th Street and Avenue D, or give us a call today. Go Lopes.
Lasso Electric and Abernathy is locally owned and operated. Although they specialize in agricultural projects, they can also handle your residential needs as well. Whether your project is big or small, they have the expertise to handle the job. If you're in need of a licensed electrician, give Daryl Scarborough a call today at 806-559-7058. Lasso Electric wishes the Lopes and Lady Lopes good luck this season.
And welcome back. Is being helped to the sideline is Darian Duvall. Things going from bad to worse here for the Abernathy Antelopes. And it will be first down and 10 for Abernathy, Chance. And you are desperately looking to find something on the offensive side of the ball.
Yep, you're going to try to find something here, and you're already down 3 offensive weapons.
As there's a handoff up the middle. There's a little bit of a hole. That's about as big of a hole as we've had all night running the ball up the middle is Malachi Walters of the ball carrier, and he got about 4, maybe almost 5 on first down. And it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, good little burst right there by Walters.
6 minutes and counting left to play here in the second quarter of the ball game. Antelopes trail 14-0 here against the Elks. Under center, as in the motion again, another handoff coming up the middle again. It's Malachi Walters, and he gets about 3, maybe 4 more, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Antelopes. A couple of just simple handoffs up the middle, and Abernathy getting a little bit of a push up front.
Yeah, quick pops right there by Walters.
In the shotgun again. Ooh, there's a flash of lightning overhead. There's the snap. Another handoff coming near side, trying to push at the line of scrimmage. Not going to get the first down.
Maybe a yard short there, Ty.
As again, Walters on the 3rd straight play takes the handoff. And depending on the spot here, 4th down and a long one. We'll see what the Antelopes choose to do as we roll inside of 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Abernathy appears to be keeping the offense on the field, but now we've got a stoppage of play.
You would think that the home staff has a radar detector up there, but I'm not sure. But you can see this line judge kind of pointed, and I think they're going to figure out if the lightning is close enough in the vicinity to have a delay.
As 4:40 left to play here in the first half of the ball game, there was a pretty good pop of lightning overhead, and we talked about it, that weather might play an issue here tonight, and let's see what they're going to do with it here as both head coaches out. Looks like they might be looking at Coach Wiley's lightning app on his phone possibly here to see how close the lightning strike was. Obviously, they're going to make safety of the utmost priority here depending on where the storms and lightnings are. I haven't looked at a radar the last little bit, but I know there was some stuff moving this way earlier in the ball game. Yep, it looks like there is a storm headed our way and lightning flashing pretty good. So we'll see what they do here, expecting probably a delay of some kind.
Yeah, I think they're making the boys go in.
There's some markers.
With Abernathy trailing 14-0, we have officially entered a weather delay here tonight in Stratford, Texas, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here until the halftime break. We're going to have a break in the action and a timeout on the field. Again, a weather delay here in Chance. Abernathy, maybe it'll give them a chance to regroup. I would assume they'll try and let the weather blow over, depending on back builds and all of that. But at least we're not going to have football for a while.
Yeah, I think they initially go into a 30-minute, and then they have a conversation about it if they want to keep going. But I know the rule states, and we know this similar to the Little League, it's a 30 minutes for every lightning strike, and you got to restart the timer, so could be a long one.
So tell you what, we are going to take a timeout here on the broadcast. 14-0, Stratford leading. Again, we are in a weather delay with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter with lightning flashing and storms moving in here to Stratford, Texas. Stick with us. This is Abernathy Antelope football, and we'll try and keep you updated as well on our Facebook page as well, so stay tuned there as well. But again, 14-0 late here in the second quarter, and we've entered a weather delay here tonight in Stratford. And once again, good evening, Abernathy fans. Welcome back here to Stratford, Texas, here tonight in the Texas Panhandle. We're dang near to Oklahoma, Chance, and it's not looking promising weather-wise as storms and lightning and rain are moving into Stratford here tonight. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the second quarter. The Stratford Elks are leading 14-0. And again, we are in a weather delay here tonight from Stratford as Abernathy's made the long road trip up here. And Chance, looking at the radar, lots of weather coming. We're under a flood watch until 4 a.m. Here in Sherman County. And, it's just not looking overly promising. Again, we'll keep you posted as we can. It's been a first half that was I don't know if I'd say dominated, but controlled for sure by the 13th ranked Stratford Elks. They're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage so far. And right now, our thoughts and prayers with Darian Duvall, number 3. He is he left due to injury before we went to the weather delay break, and he's now being put on a stretcher, unfortunately, and the Stratford EMS is about to cart him off. So thoughts and prayers with him, and hopefully he's going to be okay. That's always a scary thing, and obviously he's one of your playmakers, right, one of your go-tos, but regardless of who it is, it's a scary thing, and obviously we hope that Darian is going to be okay. That's taking place right here below us as we speak, Chance. But here in the first half, Abernathy just struggling on offense, and they've made some plays defensively, but that defense has been out there a lot.
Yeah, defense was out there a lot, Ty, and it was kind of giving up the big plays in bad spots, and then wasn't able to capitalize on some plays on offense that you had, and then just kind of getting behind the 8 ball, giving Wiley some time, but then not able to convert on some things and just not able to get open. And so kind of like we mentioned it, Duvall being down there hurt. You also had Reyes go down earlier. Both of them walked off, and, we don't know the extent of Duvall's injury, but just the fact that they're taking him to ambulance, just taking every precaution. And, we talk about it all the time. We love this game. Friday nights is something to be excited about, but for these boys and these kids, it's a situation where those things kind of happen, or injuries are prone, and so it's tough to see a young kid like that playing a game that he loves and end up getting hurt like that.
Chance, before we go back to break and the delay, you want to run through a few scores from around the area? I know you had those pulled up a few minutes ago. We were looking at some of our fellow district foes and other teams from around the area.
Yeah, fellow district foes. We got the Alton Mustangs. They're kind of having a tough go with the Sudan Hornets, which Sudan is a little bit smaller than us, but they're kind of picked to kind of be one of the teams to watch in the region in that small school. So they're up on Alton 19-7, and that's just right before halftime there. And then Post and Kermit, that was a game last year that Post kind of dominated it, but they're in the second quarter, and Post is just up 7-6 on the Kermit Yellow Jackets. And then New Deal and Farwell, they're kind of having a similar situation as us. It's 0-0 ball game, but they're in a delay. And then Floydada, not having much luck right now. They're about to be at halftime, and they're losing big to Tulia. It's 30-0. And then the rivalry that was, but I think, that Lubbock Cooper Liberty, and I guess they're getting a little bit bigger. They're handling those New Home Leopards here tonight at halftime. It is 28-0. And so they were kind of getting their revenge from New Home beating them last year.
As that is a look at the scoreboard. And again, we're not going to have football for a while, if at all, here tonight in the Texas Panhandle. As again, 4 minutes and 40 seconds are left in the first half, and we are in an extended weather delay as the storm is just now moving in and getting here to Stratford. Lightning flashing all around here tonight in Stratford. And so we'll keep you posted on Facebook and as we can. But again, we are in a weather delay, and again, we'll take a timeout here on the Abernathy Antelope Sports Network with Stratford leading 14-0 as we are in a weather delay.